have invited two guest speakers to introduce a new way to look at our personal health called the Tree of Health. This was a concept that was initially introduced at past European and Asia Roadshow events by Dr. Lyle who is with us on this webinar today. And it's a concept that's resonated really well among our members. So on this webinar, Drs. Lyle and Benjamin Beckler are going to break down what the Tree of Health concept is, how it works, and how the Tree of Health family of products can help you achieve optimal health and wellness. We're doing back-to-back webinars this week, so on this webinar, we're actually not going to dive in too deep into the individual products, but today is just a taste of what you'll get with our full-length intensive trainings. So before we begin, I'd like to quickly introduce our guest speakers, Dr. Lyle and Dr. Benjamin Beckler. Dr. Lyle is a naturopathic doctor and the co-creator of revolutionary products Restore Silver and Restore Vital. Dr. Wilson holds advanced degrees in Oriental medicine and medical Qigong. He possesses over 40 years of experience in manual therapies, including massage therapy, injury rehabilitation, and structural integration. Thanks, Lyle, for joining us today.
I'm delighted to be here.
And Dr. Benjamin Beckler is a licensed medical doctor who graduated from the University of Minnesota Medical School as the formulator of NHT Global's Omega-3 Stem Renew Triotein and Botanical Hand Protector. He's traveled around the world and spoken to thousands of NHT Global members and customers to train on their incredible benefits. Thanks, Ben, for being here.
Thank you, Claire.
Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right into what the Tree of Health is. So the video we played a few minutes ago says that the Tree of Health concept can change how people think about their personal wellness forever. So Dr. Ben, in a nutshell, can you break down what this concept of the Tree of Health means? Why is it called the Tree of Health? And can you just explain more about what it's all about?
Hello, everyone. It truly is a pleasure to be with you, and I send you all my warmest greetings. Everyone, and especially today, people are looking for ways to better understand their health and how their body works. And the Tree of Health concept is one that is based on ancient Chinese medicine and truly describes our health in comparison to a tree and the structure of a tree. When we look at a tree, we find the branches, and those branches represent our daily experiences, what's going on day to day, the things we notice in our health, how we may feel, how we may focus, our mood and emotion, our strength. But then when we think about a tree, it's not just what we see above the ground, but also what is below. And those are the roots. And the roots in this story, in this comparison, they represent all those cellular processes in our body that go on, often unseen and really not even thought about automatically, but they are the core vital processes that our body needs to be healthy, to thrive, to grow, to repair, to have resilience when we have health challenges. And so this model of wellness is really meant to help frame how people think about their bodies and what we can do to help support our health long term. And that's where NHT comes in truly supporting the roots or those cellular processes through the Tree of Health concepting and really our Tree of Health products that we've designed around this concept, and of course the entire wellness offering. But we're very excited, and this seems to be a concept that people are grasping and really liking and applying in their own lives to take a step forward in health.
Thanks, Ben. So Lyle, I had mentioned earlier that you really pioneered this Tree of Health concept years ago. Can you give us some more background info on where the Tree of Health concept originated, how you came up with it?
Surely, yes. Thank you again for inviting me to be a part of this process. It's something I'm very passionate about, and so I'm delighted to be here. Would much rather be traveling around Europe with Ben and Antonella and Claire all in tow, but this will work until we can do that. So I began thinking some years ago of how I could best present the importance of cellular health to our overall wellness. And I realized that the classic root and branch theory of classic Chinese medicine was a powerful way to teach about how to best use these GRACE products. And so when I introduced the concepts during road shows, when I was in Asia and in Europe, I got great feedback from members with no medical training to doctors trained in traditional Chinese medicine and also Western trained doctors. And so this Tree of Health program builds from that classic Chinese medicine and from Western medicine and solid scientific research that all teach us that prevention is really better than cure. If we can address these issues by nourishing the body so that it doesn't ever get sick, it's a lot better than having to treat an illness once it gets there. It takes a whole different level of intervention and a different set of professionals. So as doctors and formulators, we know that you are looking for safe, clean, reliable supplements that boost your body's health system from top to bottom and in to out, from its unseen inner workings to the way you feel every day. And this Tree of Health concept is important because it works right at the root or the core of our health, right at the cell, inside the cells, to help produce better working cells and to produce better functioning systems. So we're delivering a complete system in the Tree of Health product line that provides a holistic approach to improving the way you feel. And if that's the kind of support and health you're looking for, then that's where NHT can really, really help.
Absolutely. Thanks, Lyle. So how do we know when our roots or our branches need additional support? Ben, maybe you can take this question.
So I want everyone to reflect on how they feel or have felt over the last week. Sometimes we feel a little better. Sometimes we feel a little worse. Now I want you to think of how you felt over the last several months or years. And when I sit with patients or in nutritional consultation and otherwise and visit with people, part of it is discovering why it is someone is where they are in their health. And part of that, we go back to the tree and branch theory. So when we consistently feel great and balanced, that's because our roots are strong and healthy. They're getting what they need. They are nourished. And when we feel out of balance or just simply feel bad, it may mean we are out of balance nutritionally, emotionally, and need additional support on a cellular level, nutritionally, emotionally, spiritually even. So keys to evaluating our core root and branch system include really a strong sense of awareness. That means our overall general sense of well-being, our emotional state, dramatic swings in mood. These are signs that things may be off. Our physical state, if we keep having health challenge after health challenge after health challenge, if we're continually in discomfort in our body when we're trying to be active, our stamina and endurance is another good aspect to reflect on. That if we're getting extremely fatigued right away after starting tasks of daily living, or when we have a task that we're trying to accomplish with family or for work, we really need to take a step back and ask why. Our concentration and focus in our mind, this is another aspect. And finally, the word resilience. When we have a health challenge, resilience means we are able to bounce back, that we have the reserve in our body to move forward. And many times our goal is not just to get back to where we were, but we'd like to actually improve to better if we can. But we need to have the proper tools to do that. We need strong roots, nourishment, so that our branches can bring forward blooms and flowers and beautiful leaves in the theory of the tree of life. And so every single day, our body needs nutrition, and that's an important point. We need to be active, and we need nutrition. We need to choose health. And the Tree of Health family of products are designed to truly support and nourish your body at both the root and the branch level to help you be healthier both inside and out, from head to toe. But be aware of really how you're feeling. And the one question that I really think is so important to ask, and that I'll end this question on, is this: ask ourselves, what's different? And if something in your life is different, pause, reflect, and try to find out why. Because that can be a sign that we need to change course or direction, focus on our health.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, I totally agree that it's so important to really, for us to listen to what our bodies are trying to tell us. So
Right.
From the video, we know that there are 4 products that make up the Tree of Health, which is Restore Silver, Restore Vital, Omega-3 Essential Fatty Acids, and Stem Renew. Can you guys tell us a little bit more about what each product does? Lyles, we'll start with you.
Sure, I'm always excited to get to do this. Both of the Restore products are formulated to help our bodies make more of a critically important enzyme called calcium ATPase, whose job it is to make sure that high quality work can be done inside every single cell in our bodies. And equally important, to make sure that our cells can rest well when they're not actively producing work. That's the hallmark of what this enzyme does, is to return the cell to the baseline state between active processes of doing work. So when we can relax better, whether it's a muscle contraction relaxing or an endocrine gland producing a hormone, what we want to do is be able to completely rest between periods of work. Same thing with the heart. Heart contracts, we want it to completely relax between those contractions. And that's what Restore helps our body do. They do this by utilizing the special properties of a jasmine flower extract, along with a number of additional high quality products that stimulate and support this essential cellular function. And I'm going to tease you a little bit here and say, stay tuned to the future webinar episodes, because we're going to do deep dives into each one of these great products then, and that's where we'll really be able to get into the juice of what you can anticipate experiencing when you use these great Tree of Health products on a regular basis.
Thanks, Lyle. Yes, Restore products are incredible products, and you guys will learn more if you stay tuned with our next webinars. So Ben, can you please give us a quick overview about Omega-3 and Stem Renew products?
Absolutely, Claire. One of the things I want to mention before I go and give the overview, though, and this is a very important point for everyone watching the webinar to understand, is these 3 products all work in different ways. And that's why together they really form a wonderful team, and really addressing different cellular aspects and pathways, and where we get synergy. So just please remember that. When it comes to the omega-3 essential fatty acids, it's tough for me to give an overview that's short, but I'll try. Omega-3 essential fatty acids are essential for our body, meaning your body doesn't make them and you have to have them for your body to thrive and really for your body to be healthy. They're found in almost every single cell and organ in your body and are critical in some very special body systems in particular, one being the heart. We know that we have an approved claim for the product that it may reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. That has been based upon its concentration of EPA and DHA and overall content. We as well know that this is critical, the omegas, for vision, the inflammatory pathways in the body, and calm. We know their importance in neurological function, mood, and overall emotion. Beautiful studies on mental health. And especially in the world right now with all going on from a stress perspective, the omega-3s are related to strong emotional health. Other areas, of course, are flexibility and joint health, and overall healthy fat metabolism, your immune system, wonderful studies on complementing and proper function for the omega-3s. But the takeaway on the omega-3 is that they are critical across the board for every cell in your body and really are a key and core structural building block of cells, not only for the building and structure, but also in metabolism, and using those omegas for driving cellular reactions and also participating in cellular communication. And that's where we move to Stem Renew. Stem Renew is a very specialized product that uses an egg extract of a fertilized egg that is harvested at a special time in combination with other botanical ingredients to focus on cellular communication, to help optimize the communication between cells. We here are talking and listening and interacting. We want our cells to do the same thing. And we also want to ensure that we have proper support of certain types of cells. And we know from research that we can give nutritional support to a very special class of cells in our body called stem cells, adult mesenchymal stem cells. And we'll get into more details, as Lyle said, on an upcoming webinar. But this product focuses on cellular communication as well as then on some other special properties of strong antioxidant capacity, as well as absorption bioavailability of the other ingredients, including the resveratrol, the aloe vera, the green tea, the bioperin from black pepper. So we have a wonderful combination between these three products to really focus on multiple avenues of working together to really support not only the roots, but also those branches in the tree.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, I think one point that you guys have already mentioned that I think is important is that, you know, while each of these products works great on their own, they really work best when used synergistically as a complete daily holistic wellness system. So moving on to the next question, I'm going to skip ahead to who would you recommend to take these products? Ben?
So anyone who is invested in their health, and as both Dr. Lyle and I travel around the world, I'm sure he would agree, and Claire and Antonella and all those attending the webinar today, we all know that health, the value of health in our lives, for our loved ones, for ourselves, for our friends, everyone places the value of health very, very high. In fact, many people use the phrase, if I don't have health, I don't have anything at all, because it's hard to enjoy life. It's hard to enjoy the fruits of our labor if we are in pain, if we are always tired, if we can't concentrate. And so anyone who is invested in their health, who wants to better their overall well-being, to really wants to harness their body to be their best every day, because we have to do something different if we want different results. We must choose a different path or a different road than the average, or we know what happens on average. We know health statistics of average. We know medication averages on how many and the number of meds and the type of health challenges. And it's important for me to say, and I know all of us agree who are hosting the call, that NHT products do not treat, reduce, or cure any disease. They simply nutritionally support your body so your body can do the right thing to harness its own potential. So regardless of your age, your lifestyle, or personal health goals, these products make up a core daily health routine in supporting a strong foundation, that strong foundation for long-term health. But it's a daily commitment. Choose health every day.
Absolutely. Lyle, who would you recommend to take these products, and do you personally use them in your own daily regimen?
Yes, I do. Absolutely. First, I'll say I agree completely with Ben. He just summarized so beautifully as to who should take these products. And I'll add that these Tree of Health products are perfect for distributors, for their businesses who are interested in sharing the NHT Global products with others, because I'll tell you, there's just nothing easier than you having taken these products and beginning to feel so much better, and that you're beginning to glow from the inside out, and you're walking down the street and somebody just says, "Wow, Antonella, I haven't seen you in 6 months and you just look so fantastic. What are you doing differently?" And you just smile and say, "Let me tell you about this great company I'm working with, NHT Global, and their products." Because that's what's changed for me, is I've begun using these wonderful products to support my health. I'm investing in my health. I'm investing in my family's health, and I'd love for you to take great care of yourself as well. And just to add to something that Ben said as well, if you have a pre-existing condition or are currently taking any prescription meds, please first check with your personal doctors before you add or introduce any new supplements into your regimen. That's just good self-care to do that, and it keeps everybody in your healthcare team in the loop about what you're taking, so that everybody is knowledgeable and can be working for your best health in the process. Claire, you asked me which of the products I take, and I use the Tree of Health products, all of the Tree of the Health products as the foundation. So Vital and omega-3s and Stem Renew in the morning, and then Silver and omega-3s and Stem Renew at night. And then I add in Noni daily, and then use other great NHT wellness products on an as-needed basis to fine tune when I see something specific going on in a particular set of branches in my tree.
Thanks, Lyle. Absolutely. The
Claire,
oh, sorry.
Claire, could I just jump onto that beautiful statement of what Dr. Lyle said? Overall, his statements were just wonderfully encompassing many things, and to springboard off of one item, and that is, when people are on medications, sometimes they view that as a failure in integrative health, and that is absolutely not true. Because sometimes people have to be on medications for life. And so working with your personal doctor, working, as Dr. Lyle said, of having the whole team together, working for the benefit of individuals. So it's an and, not an or, an integrative and holistic health, of bringing all pieces together to give great results. And so I just thought that was a beautiful comment by Dr. Lyle, and that what success looks like for people is forward progress. We want forward progress in their health with minimal side effects, with the lowest doses of medications, and working with their physicians. That should be the goal of physicians anyway. But many patients may need to be on medications for life, or maybe there are other alternatives. But always please check with your personal healthcare provider, inform that team. And if you have a provider who's not engaged with you or doesn't want to talk about nutrition, doesn't want to explore other aspects of ways to be healthy, a physician who doesn't take being active serious as a part of being healthy. I've had people say to me, well, people and patients don't exercise anyway, so I'm not going to talk about it. That is really a comment that is almost inappropriate, right? We know the value of being active, and it's free, and we can each participate, and it helps so many aspects of our health. So form that team, like Dr. Lyle said.
Thanks, Ben. So earlier we played a clip. It's just part one of the new video series that we have, which I encourage everyone to check out on Vimeo if you haven't seen them already. Lyle, what kind of insights can NHG Global members and customers learn from watching this series?
Well, as I said in my teaser a little earlier, the videos will go into much more detail about how each of these Tree of Health products work individually, but how they also work extraordinarily well when they're working together because of the synergy. So Ben mentioned that when we designed these products, we were targeting a specific area of cellular function to improve that. And so each of these products can stand alone, help you feel better by working at the root level and improving branch level health. But when you address this aspect that the Restore products address, and these aspects that the omega-3 address, and these other aspects that the Stem Renew address, now you get this synergistic effect that just exponentially expands the possibility for health and wellness. And so that's what you're going to see and learn about in each of these more individualized videos on each of the products, how they work individually, how they work even better, and in that way to improve your overall health and well-being.
Thanks, Lyle. So we filmed this entire video series over the course of 2 days in Los Angeles, and I don't know about you guys, Ben and Lyle, but our team had a blast. Can you share a little more about what the filming process was like? Ben, we'll start with you.
Well, it was truly a pleasure to spend time together as a team. And the synergy, Dr. Lyle just talked about synergy of the products. There's synergy in people and being together. And even now, just being together on this webinar, even though that we're distance where we are together, right, in spirit and in heart. And so I think that was one of the biggest things. It's funny, I think the biggest takeaway for me was that to get to that one take that looks very, very good, there's lots of other takes that are not so good. And we had a lot of fun and laughs in trying to get to the ones, the keepers, so to speak. So it was fun.
So much fun. What about you, Lyle? What were your thoughts on the filming process?
Well, we really did have such a great time, and really the time away from the camera was just as beautiful and nourishing and nurturing as the time in front of the camera working together was too. Got to eat some great food and have some great time just enjoying each other, and that made the what can be an anxious experience of being in front of video cameras just made it all the more comfortable and relaxed, because we really were getting to be with and work with friends. Claire, you and Fabian and Laura and Randy just kept us laughing all the time. In between takes, we were playing fun games. Just lots of fun. I have been remiss in in a promised educational effort on my part, it became clear that Ben doesn't know nearly enough about 1960s rock bands, and so I promised that I would send him some educational materials on that, and haven't done it. So,
well, that's why I'm growing my hair long, Dr. Lyle. That's to make up for my poor performance on the rock band questions.
Yes, it was so much fun, and I know Fabian got so much behind the scenes footage from it. That's pretty good stuff. Okay, our last question for today's webinar. Do you guys have any advice or tips that you can share to help us stay healthy in 2020, whether physically or mentally or both? Ben, let's start with you.
Well, number one is I want people to be intentional in their health. My undergraduate degree was in immunology and medical microbiology. And in all those studies of how the body works, you realize the intentionality of the systems that are in place. So we need to have intention ourselves in how we operate on a daily basis. And that means choosing health every day. So first, let's be intentional. Let's think about our health and not just say, oh, well, what's going to happen is going to happen. We know that action makes a difference. And especially in the world today, there are many, many things that we can do. But so one is being intentional, and I'll give you two more. The second is sleep. Sleep is so critical, both emotionally in our relationships and how we interact. Someone who is sleep deprived, that it really can impact our relationships with our loved ones, with our friends, family, work performance. And then number three, of course, in today's world is just good hand washing. Be more mindful about hand washing as we go forward in the new world we're in today. That's something we can do, and really take to heart those things that we can do to ease the pain and suffering and anxiety of others around us through our own actions as it relates to health or behavior. And I'm always amazed right now, and I use a phrase, if something is simple, easy, and relatively free, and so it's more of a decision for myself, but it impacts another human being and can help their emotional state or their sense of security or their sense of wellness, well, then let's do that. And so let's be intentional both for our own health and also what we can do for those around us. And of course, every single day, foundation of health with the tree of health.
Thanks, Ben. Those are all really good tips. Lyle, what about you? Do you have anything to share on how we can all be healthier and live life to the fullest for 2020 and beyond?
Sure. I'll add one thing to what Ben said, and Ben is who reminded me of it in an earlier conversation. Our hands go clear up to here when we're washing those hands go clear up to here. So plenty of movement up that arm really helps us to take really good care of ourselves as we're moving through our lives. I have to say, movement is such an important component of good health and well-being. It's the pump for our lymphatic system. It just makes such a foundational difference in our health. Good clinical trials are telling us how much we can improve baseline health with some form of regular exercise, and that's going to be different for each one of you. I want you to figure out what it is that really makes you smile when you do it. There's no sense in taking on something that you just think of as a drudgery. Find something that really you're passionate about and you're excited about doing. For me, it's doing qigong and tai chi every day and getting out for walks or more strenuous hikes. The Qigong has so many components that are supportive to good health. Lots and lots of different exercises have that within them and can make such a difference in your daily lives, and make all of the other things that you're doing to support your health work even better. So, and lastly, I'll say, whatever this means for you, some sort of regular spiritual practice. If it's just pausing for a moment to be thankful for your family, thankful for the friends who call and check on you, just that gratitude is a powerful spiritual practice that is uplifting to our immune systems and our health and well-being overall.
Thanks, Lyle. Those are all really great tips, and I personally completely agree with the gratitude point in particular, and just it's a great way to start your day with